What it do, people? I'd like to welcome you out to another episode, man. I know that sport podcast, sports by highlight commodity. This is a special episode right here because the wild card weekend, NFL wild card weekend, and I had to go get my main man for this one, man. I got Fidel from East West Football Podcast. What it do, bro? How you doing, man?
What's up, brother? I wish I could say I'm doing good, but with the circumstances and whatnot, I'm all right. I'm hanging in there, but I'm happy to be on your show with you. So thank you.
One thing about it, like I know, God always got our back, so we're gonna be all right. Whatever we're going through, got to know that if you don't know nothing else.
Yeah, 100%.
Before we start talking about these playoffs, because I think these playoffs will be real interesting. I think 6 games, 2 Saturday, 3 Sunday, and 1 Monday.
Yep.
Right now, even though the playoffs the number one topic, I think this Lamar Jackson situation is a real big more of a topic than the playoffs to me. And the reason why I say that because they said he may not play this week. I think he ain't gonna play.
He's not going to.
Yeah, I believe I stand on. I don't think he's gonna play. So with him not playing, my mind frame is Lamar Jackson not played his last game for the Baltimore Ravens 5 weeks ago.
Yes, but it's going to be very difficult for a team to acquire his services because Baltimore essentially owns his rights.
Yeah.
Right. So the question now is, what is a team willing to give up to get Lamar Jackson? What's Lamar Jackson worth? And here's the other thing. We got to remember that this guaranteed money thing was a huge issue for him. And also, he does not have an agent. He represents himself.
Yes, that's a problem too.
And that's the other thing. So you got to wonder, I mean, who does he have advising him what to do? Like, hey, you know what? You shouldn't play.
Cool.
So, look, and this is a very important part in Lamar's football career. So whatever he decides to do, it's got to be the right move for him. But I mean, if you're Baltimore, I mean, how long has Lamar been out? Has it been like a month, essentially?
It's been about 5-6 weeks.
Yeah. So
he
look,
said December I want to say the 6th or whatever like that.
So and he put a tweet out earlier saying that he's got bruising still around his knee and that he's not 100%.
And I think he's still swelling too.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. One's got to wonder. And then the other thing that Baltimore's dealing with, Tyler Huntley's hurt, but he did practice today. So look, you're gonna play the Bengals again. You just played them last week. You got waxed, essentially, right? So to me, I have a hard time seeing Baltimore beating Cincinnati.
I feel the same way about that. But the part I want to see about Lamar Jackson is what's next for him. And what I mean by that is I don't knock nobody about getting their money. I want to see everybody get their money. If you say you worth goddamn $700 million, goddamn it, I stand behind you and I believe you worth that much. Because nobody can tell you how much you worth yourself. But when it comes to Lamar Jackson, the question is, do he want to win or do he want the bag?
He want the bag, bro. Essentially, that's what everything's pointing to. And here's the other thing. I don't want to say that he's delusional thinking that he's going to get all guaranteed money like Deshaun Watson. But guess what? I don't think anybody's going to give him a full guaranteed contract. I don't.
Yeah.
And I hope he does. I hope I'm wrong.
If he do get it, it's gonna be with a non-contender. It's gonna be the same situation you in now, or it's gonna be worse.
And we got to think about, bro, what teams would want to trade for him? What are they willing to give up and are willing to pay him? He's not going to be traded in conference, I don't think.
No, Pittsburgh won't be no shit. Pittsburgh he's not going to win. Like he's going to NFC if he leaves, I believe.
So I take
that bet. I still think he go to the Miami Dolphins. Really.
Okay, I don't see that happening and within conference. So, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't see it happening, right? I mean, we still got to figure out what's going to happen with Tua. Is he going to play again? I mean, look, I think he's going to try to, but is the man really going to risk getting a third concussion or a fourth? Because I think he got concussed 3 times this season.
Yeah, me too. I believe so too.
And then you got to think about teams in the NFC that need a quarterback that would be willing to give up a lot of things for Lamar Jackson and would be willing to pay him. That's the biggest thing.
Anybody, no contender gonna do that. And the reason why I say no contender gonna do that, because no contender really ain't got the money to give him how he talking. He want to leave about 250 guaranteed, 260 guaranteed.
Before the season started, if you were to ask me what team in the NFC might be willing to give something up for Lamar, I would have said the Detroit Lions. But because the way the season ended, I think they're going to stay with Jared Goff. And
I feel the same way now. I feel the same way that I will earlier in the year. I was like, shit, he might go to Detroit. But I think Detroit believe in Jared Goff now. So they'll try him again. They'll try him again.
Yeah. So to me, they're going to run him back with Jared. So, I mean, what other team? I really can't. That would pay him and would give up essentially a couple of ones for his services.
The team, I know, I still stand on. I believe he's gonna go to Miami. I still stand on that. But if you want me to answer the question, what you said, the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons will do it, and the reason why the Atlanta Falcons do it because they still out there searching for Michael Vick. They still looking for that Michael Vick. And if he did come down here to the Atlanta Falcons, he might as well stay his ass in Baltimore because Baltimore gonna do the same thing. I mean, Atlanta gonna do the same thing Baltimore did.
But here's the thing, though.
No help.
Atlanta, as far as, they have a lot of holes. They're not one quarterback away, and we know that. They got a lot of issues.
You're right about that. But I can see Atlanta doing the same goddamn thing Cleveland did. Not getting them all the money like that, but almost getting it all to it. Just got there because the franchise desperate. Look,
I hope he gets the money. I really do. I hope he gets a fully guaranteed contract. But guess what?
He's going to win with the money, though. That's all I said. I want him to get the money, too. But he's not going to win with the money. Name a quarterback that got the money that won.
I can't think of it.
Even when your boy got his money, even when Mahomes got his money, that shit didn't take effect. They got there about
how long was the contract? That shit
didn't affect about like 2-3 years down the road. It didn't affect the first couple of years.
Yeah, and then let's think about what they got for Tyreek Hill too.
Yeah, that made up for a whole lot of shit.
You got rid of a person that wanted to get paid. He wanted to get paid a lot of money after Devontae Adams got traded to the Raiders.
Yeah,
and he got that contract. That's why he's in Miami right now, because Devontae Adams was a Raider.
Yeah,
that's why.
More different. I stand on that. You're right about that. You more different. But when they brought add to it, what contender can Lamar Jackson go to where he gonna get the bag like he want and he gonna win? Nowhere.
But look, I would say no, because I want to say Seattle, but no, I think they're gonna stick with Geno. But Geno's gonna command a lot of money. And look, he's a former New York Jet. I'm not saying they're gonna go that route, but would I be surprised if they kind of say, hey, Geno, like, what kind of contract are you looking for? I wouldn't be surprised. But I do think
the Jets trying to get him back.
Hey, everything's on the table for the Jets. You're not riding as with Zach Wilson or Mike White being your QB1. You're not riding. You're not doing that. But I do think that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to end up being in New York. But I'm just saying.
Which New York though?
The Jets.
Okay.
It's going to be very interesting this offseason.
He was at them out a lot. Because he'll be coming, or the coach knowing. He's the former defense coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. They know him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Jimmy Garoppolo ends up in.
Yeah, and they run out the same kind of systems.
They do, and then New York's got a good defense. It's young. It's good.
That's why I say they run out the same kind of system. Put defense first, run game. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. All I need quarterback to do is make a couple throws, and we'll be straight. So I can see that. But when they boil down to it, I don't see Lamar Jackson getting the bag and winning at the same time. That's the only thing. And I don't know nobody getting their money. If I was Lamar Jackson, do what I would do. I might be wrong for saying that, but if I was Lamar Jackson, do what I do. I'd go to the Baltimore Ravens and tell them, look, go get me an offensive weapon. Go get me the DeAndre Hopkins or something, and I'll work on what we talking about with my contract.
Hollywood Brown left this team where he got traded because essentially, and I don't know if this is true, but Lamar Jackson cannot throw down the field. consistently.
Hollywood Brown ain't.
So how are you going to convince
Hollywood Brown?
to go there?
What number you put Hollywood Brown at?
One Cardinals.
2 or 3.
Hey, look, he looked pretty damn good when DeAndre Hopkins was out.
You want Hollywood Brown?
Yeah, too. He too.
Okay. He a solid 2. When it boils down to it, you got to go get Lamar Jackson on number 1 if you want his ass to stay in Baltimore.
But this team is built to run the football and play good defense.
And that shit ain't got you nowhere. See, got that Ray with them.
But that's who they are. That's who they've been. And look, if Lamar Jackson didn't get hurt, he got a concussion, I believe, against Buffalo. I don't remember. No, it was 2 years ago. They might have been Buffalo, right? So, I mean, but who knows? Could have, should have, would have.
I'm glad you just brought it up before we get out of the Lamar Jackson subject. They're going to be something else they're going to hurt Lamar Jackson with getting their money with a contender. Because they're going to throw up exactly what you said. 2 years ago, you had a concussion against goddamn Baltimore.
They lost to the Chargers, too.
I mean, Buffalo. You had a concussion against Buffalo. The next year, you got hurt again. The year after that, that's right now, you got hurt again. That's 3 years in a row you've been hurt. Playoff time. When it's time for the money, you've been in the doctor's office.
If I'm an owner, I am not paying him. And he can sit out. He can do whatever he wants. But I will not pay him the fully guaranteed money he's looking for. Baltimore offered him a lot of money before the season started.
I heard about 260 from that tour deal.
And he turned it down.
I heard about that. He bet on himself. That's why when I had tuned into y'all show, when I heard y'all talking about Lamar Jackson, I said he probably is still a little nicked up. He might be faking the injury and all that shit up. I don't think he's that type of guy.
I'm not saying he's faking an injury, but what I'm saying is the risk of me going out there and getting hurt even more than what I already am, is it worth it?
And this is the reason why I believe if he could play, he'll play. When it boiled down to he his own agent. The last time we see Lamar Jackson, the last time we see Lamar Jackson, he was hurt. The year before that, the last time we see Lamar Jackson, he was hurt. Mm-hmm. They ain't got nothing but hurt film on him. People keep throwing up, he the MVP. Damn all that what you were 3 years ago. Since then, you've been in the doctor's office every year. You in the doctor's office. Right now, I know you want to put some kind of film out there to show them folk that you can play. Because when you go talk to anybody, boy, they're going to throw up your injuries. They're going to throw that shit up. Because it been happening too consistent. It happened the last 3 years. The last 3 years, this injury really fucked up him getting some money for real.
Yeah.
Then when he complete this year, he was banking on, I'm going to play this whole year and show y'all that I'm the butt naked that I was when I won an MVP, and y'all got to pay me. And the injury just killed all that.
Yeah.
Killed it dead.
Look, I don't know, man. If I'm an NFL owner, I am not giving this man guaranteed money. I'm not.
I won't either, really. I gotta get something around it. He gotta have the butt naked around it before I get it.
But like you said, I'm not against anybody getting paid.
Yeah, me either.
I hope everyone should get paid. But that's not the way it works. It's not the way it works.
He gotta have some around. I know he gotta have some around. I ain't even gotta fake the phone. I know he gotta have some around him. You can't. He not Patrick Mahomes. He not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Joe Burrow. Matter of fact, Baltimore can't even beat them 3 teams. I just called that right now. With Lamar Jackson healthy, he can't beat them 3 teams right now. So if I'm sitting here saying that, what the hell you feel like Baltimore feel like? Well, you can't beat them 3 teams right now healthy. How the hell I'm gonna give you goddamn $300 million or whatever you want, guarantee how? You can't beat them 3 teams. So
look, if you're Baltimore, you hold all cards. Either you're gonna pay the man, or you're gonna trade him, or you're gonna make him sit.
You think they're gonna do it like Kirk Cousins?
They can.
Yeah,
and what's going to end up happening?
Yeah, they might fuck with him like that.
Yeah.
But if I were them, I wouldn't do that. I'd get something for his ass. I'd get something for his ass. I'd try to get something for his ass.
What's he worth?
She about 2 first-round picks.
You know they offered the Raiders 2 first-round picks last year for Derek Carr.
So what the hell you think they offered for Lamar Jackson?
That ain't
What
gonna
the
be
hell they offer? This is what you just said. This is what you just came out your mouth and said. What they offer that for Derek Carr? What the hell you think they give for Lamar Jackson? With the hype show Lamar Jackson?
That's more.
But they got what they asked for that, so he can get something for it. See, I didn't know that about Derek Carr.
Indianapolis.
There ain't gonna be a next year.
Indianapolis offered 2 ones for Derek Carr before the season.
I would say, boy, you just took the word right out of my mouth. I was just finna ask you, Fidel, what the hell you think that man gonna be next year? I was just finna ask you that.
Where he's going to end up and where he ends up, I think are going to be 2 different things, honestly. The Raiders have till February 15th to find a trade partner.
Hold on. So the Raiders got to my birthday to find got a trade partner for him?
February 15th.
Yeah, that's my birthday.
Yeah, bro, your birthday.
I'll be damn.
And here's the other thing. Whoever's going to get him, they're going to have to guarantee, well, they're going to have to pay the man, which I don't think anybody's going to. So here's where my prediction is going to go, where he might end up. And it all depends on what happens with this football team moving forward with the quarterback situation. I think it might be Miami.
You think he get that folk out there for Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, because he's going to be a free agent.
Is he on good enough?
I think so.
He can keep. The one thing about Miami, Miami ain't about nothing but the deep ball. That's all they about, speeding the deep ball. That's all they about.
With the quarterback that they have right now. And look, and you know, there's a good free agency class of running backs this offseason, and one of them being your running back, Tony Pollard.
Yeah, I believe we're going to re-sign him. I
don't know, but I think if
we got there better.
If there's a team out, dark horse team out there for Derek Carr, I think it might be Miami.
You can't see a fuck with Washington?
No, because he's looking for well, I guess you can throw him in there because Miami's not stable either. As far as that ownership and coach, I mean, sort of.
I take that back. My bad. I just thought about it. Because I was thinking about this shit earlier today. Carolina Panthers. They're why I can see Derek Carr going.
I don't think he's gonna go there.
I can see that's a nice fit for him though.
He was a coach. We don't know who the coach is gonna be.
If they got in the city, they better come out with that black man. They just
I don't think it's gonna be him. I don't think it's
I
gonna be.
I don't think it is either. But if they had in the city, they should come out with him. That's what I would do.
They interviewed Frank Reich today, I believe, and I believe they interviewed Kellen Moore as well.
I hope they get him. That's what they need. That's what they need.
Yeah.
They need to get him up. Hell yeah. They would carry out penny kill him up. Go get him. Come get him. Hell yeah. That's what they need. Kill him up. He need to get down. That's what I need him in down.
Man, you're just trying to get rid of him.
That's all I asked for. So saying that he cut. Matter of fact, he can cut work for you if you want him to. So I didn't even take the star for him. That's all I didn't do. That's all I need.
No, I'm good. You can stay over there.
That's all I need him to do. Hey, man, they got that jumping to the game real quick, man. NFL playoff wild card picks, man. Know what's going on, over under, with the point spread, straight up, all of them one. It jump out, though. The Saturday game, the first game is Seattle at San Francisco. That what is a 4 o'clock game?
It's the early game, yep.
Yeah, 4 o'clock game. Who you liking this game straight up, Findale?
Well, here's the thing that people have to take into consideration. The weather. It's going to be raining. It's going to be raining a lot. So, when you say that, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Run the football.
Run the football and you play good defense. Both the teams can run the football. One of them being with the rookie at Michigan State, Kenneth Walker III, Seattle Seahawks. And the other one being Christian McCaffrey with the Niners.
Yeah.
Now, the Niners have a way better team than what Seattle does. Nobody expected Seattle to be in this position, by the way. Even a couple of weeks ago, people thought they weren't going to make the playoffs. Well, here they are. So I think Pete Carroll's got to be in consideration as well for the head coach of the year. But with all that being said,
over Jacksonville?
Sorry?
Over Jacksonville?
Yes.
Do a piece over Doug Peterson?
I'm not saying he's going to win, but he's.
I'm saying you think he should win over Doug Peterson, though? Jacksonville
I think
1-7 one Jacksonville 1-7 one time.
I think Brian Daboll is going to win the coach of the year.
Brian Daboll.
Giants.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time they make the playoffs since 2018.
You sound about right. You sound about right.
So,
you sound about right.
And then when you look at, and we'll get to the Giants here in a bit, but when you look at what Daniel Jones had to work with as far as the offense goes, you'd be surprised.
She's just Daniel Jones by itself.
What's the line? What's the line you got on this game?
For this San Francisco game. 9.5. And one last time I checked, it was 9.5.
All right. So Seattle covers the points, but they lose the game. Give me the Niners.
I feel the same way about that. When you said the weather, when you just brought the weather into it, because I didn't know that about the weather, I feel the same way. I like the 49 to win the game straight up, but I don't believe they'll cover the 9.5. Reason why I don't believe they'll cover the 9.5, because I think there's going to be a whole run in the football game, and Brock ain't got to make too many plays. Like last time they played them, they beat them with some gadget plays. Like, them play, I ain't going to say gadget play, but what the name is? That they called a brilliant game, the Thursday night game they played Seattle.
Yeah. But hold on, but you got to think about it. If you think back to week 1, and I know we're 18 weeks.
They scored 7 points that game. I think they scored 7 points.
You remember how they rained that game in Chicago?
Yeah.
It was like a monsoon. We might get the same thing in Santa Clara.
Yeah, but if it like that, then we talking about a 13-6 game.
Oh, I'm going under on the points.
Yeah, I'm saying, it's a low scoring game. I'm calling a low scoring game. I'm thinking about them 9.5, and I'm thinking about Brock Purdy. What I mean by that is Brock Purdy got to have a bad game. He ain't had no bad games since he been in the Storm. He got to give you one of them games, and I believe that he'll give you one of them games this game. But they defense and the run game will cover it up. But the 9 points will hold up for goddamn Seattle. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they'll cover the 9.5 points. That's what I mean by that. I don't think they can pull off on them because of the weather. The weather going to be the reason why they can't pull off like they want to. But if it was a nice and clean day like like the last time they played them, well, they'll pull off on them folk, beat them folk by 14 points or better. Can't keep up. They can't keep up. But I think the weather will help the 49ers out. I mean, will help Seattle out a whole lot. Keep the game close. I think it'd be under 42.5. We both agree on that. We both agree that the 49ers they gave them folk too many points. Yeah, I believe they gave them too many points. We both agree on that. We both agree that the 49ers should win the game straight up, though.
They should, yeah.
Yeah, they should win this game straight up. That sounds about right. Next up, the bet. I think it's the 8 o'clock game, man. Ain't it the 8 o'clock game? The Chargers at Jacksonville. This should be a pretty good game in my eyes. And the reason why I feel like this should be a pretty good game, because the last time the Chargers seen Jacksonville beat their ass.
38-10.
They beat them what?
38-10.
Yeah, they beat their ass. The last time I checked, they beat their ass. Before we get into the numbers, who you think gonna win the game?
Upset of the weekend. Jacksonville wins. Beats the LA Chargers.
We sound like we on the same page when it comes to that. I feel the same way. I'm saying, I feel upset alert. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Chargers. The reason why they in Jacksonville, they gonna be hyped. Duval gonna be hyped. They gonna be live. I think Mike Williams back hurting or some shit like that.
Yeah, look, and he might not play. I think he has to be carted off.
Oh yeah, I think what I see. They carted him off, or he walked for a while, then they carted him, or it was the other way around, one of the two. I don't know how it went.
And I don't know if was it a back injury?
Yeah, lower back injury.
Okay, he dealt, and I want to say the injury early in the year was the same thing. Wasn't it a back injury?
I thought it was an ankle.
Or yeah, you might be right. But I mean, regardless, he was hurt.
Yeah.
And for whatever idiotic reason, Brandon Staley decided to play the starters essentially the whole game. I don't know if they played the whole game. Did they play the whole game?
No, they didn't play the whole game, but I didn't think they were going to play, period.
The majority of the game, and I think Justin Herbert threw the football like 38 times.
I didn't think they were going to play, period.
They shouldn't have, but obviously he's a head coach. We're not, so for whatever reason, he decided to.
He's the head coach for now.
For now. But when Jacksonville does beat the Chargers are going to have a decision to make. Sean Payton is out there. He lives in Los Angeles. He's already been outspoken. He likes to live in Los Angeles. So what do you do at the coaching position? Do you bring Staley back one more year because you made the playoffs? Or do you move on from him now?
No, you get. I feel he gone. I feel he should have been gone last season, to be true.
He should have. Because, man, I tell you. And, look, he's gotten a lot more smart about going for it on fourth down. But I think in this game, I think he's going to go for it.
Him and Doug Peterson, him and the coach of Jacksonville, they go on fourth down higher than anybody in the league. Then these two coaches facing each other on Saturday. When it boiled down to it, I believe the Chargers. I think Jacksonville can show out on these folks. And the way Jacksonville show out on them, gonna make them have to fight that man. Like, we sick of it. We just tired. We sick of it.
And also, too, I think this is going to be a big game for them running the football. And I like Travis Etienne to go over 100 yards in this football game.
I can see that. But I think the guy. I think Doug Peterson and Jacksonville be a little too hot for them folk down there.
It's going to be difficult.
Be a little bit physical with them folk, and get at Justin Herbert. Throwing the ball, he gonna throw that motherfucker about 40 times, and Jacksonville gonna eat him and 40. Gonna get at him. They get Jacksonville out of time to get at him and eat him. So since we both say Jacksonville gonna win this game, that means we appreciate the 2.5 point that the Chargers are giving the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep, and I'm gonna go under.
I'm a 47.
I can see this being like a 17-24 game.
I can see both of these teams scoring over 20 points. Both of these teams going over 20 points. Or both of these teams don't score over 20 points. I can see the same thing Jacksonville did to them that time, 38-10. So I'm going to say over. I can see 48 points or better out of both of these teams. So I can see a 20. I can see a 27-24. I can see a 21-27, something like that. 28, something. I can see something like that. So I say over the 47.5. I say appreciate you. We both say appreciate you for the 2.5 they talking about getting Jacksonville. They should keep that. They need that for their goddamn self to be truthful. That's how I feel, but I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. First Sunday game, 1:00. I'm glad they got the game coming on at 1:00. Boy, I think they weren't gonna be ugly now. I'm free. I really think they were gonna be ugly. The Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, I'm not going to take too much time on this game, honestly. We got Skylar Thompson being your QB1 for that game. Yeah, I like Buffalo. I like Buffalo big.
I was just asking, do you think they got a chance? Do
they got a chance? They're in the tournament. They got a chance, but yeah, this game might be over by halftime. And look, DeMar Hamlin, he's out of the hospital. Don't be surprised if he's at the game and he goes on the field. I'm telling you, if this man goes to the game and goes on the field and says something for the game, this team is going to be hyped more than what they already are. The crowd is going to be loud. And, yeah, I don't think Miami stands a chance.
I believe he's going to come to the – I don't know if it's going to be this particular game, but I believe it's going to be a game. He is going to come to a game. I won't be surprised if they play Cincinnati again, he comes to that game, whatever. But I know you're right about that. He is coming to the game. I don't think, man, on the way Miami got a chance to win this game is somehow to Josh Allen. If nothing don't happen to Josh Allen, he don't wake up with a sickness or nothing like that, or nothing happen to him in the game, God forbid.
Yeah, they might see Case Keenum in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I see the game. I see the game over at halftime. I ain't lying.
Hey, so real quick, I just got an alert that Denver right now, the Broncos, they're front runners to get Sean Payton. He likes his ownership group.
You know, they're the first one they got to interview him. They got
yep. And the report is that he would be happy to work with Russ.
I won't be surprised for that. Because I won't be surprised he won't be happy to work with Russ. The reason why, Russ, he knew how to handle smaller quarterbacks.
So guess what? Now? That game that we talked about, Chargers and Jags, that has a whole different meaning now. Because essentially, if you let this man go to a divisional rival, it's not going to be good.
Talking about Sean Payton?
Yeah.
But if he got them, when it boiled down to it, speaking of the Sean Payton situation, New Orleans got it right.
They do.
What do Denver got to give up?
I don't know. Not much.
They gave they first round pick go to Seattle, don't they?
Yeah.
They don't have a first round pick. I said
it's gonna be tough.
So when they bought after, he may want to go there, but and the Chargers, they really ain't got a first. I don't know how their first round pick go. Was it they say Arizona looking at it. Arizona get the third pick in the draft, I believe. I think Arizona do get the third pick. I can't remember, but they Arizona got a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Who said, do they want to give their pick for a coach? Who said the Houston Texans, they got a first round draft pick. They got a second pick in the draft. Do they want to give up that for a coach? But the Denver move will be solid. He can turn Denver around. I believe Sean Payton can turn Denver around. You know what I'm saying? What they working with, I believe he can turn him around. Mm-hmm. But if Denver get him, the Chargers might keep that man.
Yep. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But yeah, I like Buffalo to win this game.
You like Buffalo to got them beat these 4 by 2 touchdowns or better. They get him 13.
Honestly, man, this game might get out of hand. Give me Buffalo.
We're on the same page. I say they cover 13.
Yeah, and it's gonna go
over more than 13. I say they need more than 13.
Yeah, it's gonna go over 43.
And the reason why I say that, not trying to kick it like Buffalo all that. I'm just comparing to what I saw last week. You played the Jets. You scored 11 points. You really scored 9 points, but you got a 2 point. You got a safety at the end of the game that made it look 11. You scored 9 points. That means it's a lot of time you punted the ball and gave the ball back to the Jets. You can't do Josh Allen and Buffalo like that because you give them the ball 6 times, you might stop them 2, but 4 of them they're gonna score. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you're on the same page on that they're gonna cover the 13 points. Like I said, I'm expecting the game to be over with by halftime, bro. Yep. Whoever Buffalo quarterback is, backup quarterback, I expect him to get some PT.
Yep.
43.5.
Over.
I'm gonna say over 2, and the reason why I'm gonna say over because I believe Buffalo just finished show out. You know what I'm saying? They may put up 10 points.
Look, and I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo scores 30 on their own.
But I'm begging them to score 30. I'm begging them to score 30 points. 34, something like that. 34 points. I'm begging Buffalo to do that. Reason why? Because they're gonna keep getting a bite of the apple. You can't keep getting a bite of the apple. They're gonna go up top. They're gonna go up top. You can't. No. They scored. How many points they scored on them the first time? I mean, the second time they played them, about 28, 30, some shit like that.
It was a high-scoring game, but Miami lost at the end. And here's the other thing that we got to take into consideration now: the weather. So right now it's raining in Buffalo, but it is Thursday. It is supposed to snow on Friday, but it looks like we got clear conditions on Sunday, which means I can see a Buffalo Bills stampede going on the football field.
Man, they scored 30-some points. They scored 30-some points when they had to in the snow. They beat them 30-something to 28 or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was.
They beat them by last field goal. Whatever. Both the teams scored over 24 points.
Yeah,
they did with Tua. So I think they're gonna put the ball a little bit more without Tua.
Mm-hmm.
That mean that more bite to the apple for Josh Allen. I say up the score. No question there. I say up the score, and they cover the 14. I mean, cover the 13 point. Third screen quarterback. What you expect?
Yeah.
Going down to it. Next on the back, I think it's the 4:00 game, Sunday. The New York Giants at the Minnesota Vikings. This is another rematch from earlier this season.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what week, but
it was in the second half of the. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, I think I want to say week 9 or something like that. I want to say 9 or 6. I can't really remember, but I know the Giants lost by 3 points. I think they played them in Minnesota too.
Yeah, they did.
They played them in Minnesota. Before we get into the numbers, who you like in that game?
I like Minnesota to win this football game. They're home. If this game was in New York, I might go a different way, but I do like the Vikings to win this football game. And this game is actually a rematch from Christmas Eve. It was 24-27.
Yeah.
Final score.
I think they were week 12 or some shit like that. They were week 12, yeah. They was
week 16.
Oh, I'm sorry.
17? No, 17.
Okay. 17. That week 17?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Let me see.
That was 2 weeks ago then.
Oh no, sorry. Damn, I can't even. Yeah. Week 16.
Okay. Yeah, that
Yeah,
about 2
yeah.
weeks ago. It was a real close game. Like you said, I think you said 24-27. He hit a 61-yard field goal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He made a 61-yard field goal. With that being said, I like the Giants, and I got a lot. And I know Minnesota. They deep as hell. They deep as hell. But when it boiled down to it, I'm looking at the coaching, man. I'm putting it on coaching. I think the Giants coach gonna out coach Buddy. And our Buddy's a pretty good. I can't say his name, who Minnesota coach is, but he's pretty good. He's solid. And this is his first year, whatever, just like his Giants coach first year. One thing I know about the Giants coach, he know how to adjust. Like at halftime, he know how to come in and adjust to whatever was going on and got them fix it and be a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Like I just said, they beat him on a 61-yard field goal. I say this time, I think the Giant defense better. Giant defense make a play, and they beat Minnesota. Another upset alert to me. I'm saying they beat Minnesota in Minnesota. Since you like Minnesota, do you think they can beat them good enough to give them 3 points?
Yes.
So Minnesota covered 3.
Minnesota wins late by field goal.
Oh, so that okay.
Well, I guess Giants would cover the 3.
If Minnesota beat them by 3 points, I think they call it a push or some shit.
Yeah.
You don't lose or win when they ball to that right there. I like the Giants, so I say appreciate you for them 3.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this game gonna do the opposite of what the last game did. This time the Giants gonna win on the field goal and run about that motherfucker. Appreciate you. I ain't gonna say a 61-yard field goal, but I believe this time Daniel Jones get him in good position, and they kick a field goal, run up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
48.5. I mean 48, not a 40.5. Over under 48. You should have scored 27-24 last time, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I say up the score.
I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I say up the score. I say over 2. I say up the score. So recap that. You say, what do you think? You think them 2 minutes?
You know what? Minnesota wins by 5.
Okay, Minnesota cover the 3. I'm with the Giants, and I say appreciate you for the 3. Not that hard. I think that the Sunday night game, 8 o'clock, I believe every time it go down.
Yep.
Another Lord have mercy to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else might see it and be like, boy, this is a hell of a game. I don't goddamn see it.
Mm-mm.
Baltimore Ravens, rematch of what, week 17?
Yep.
Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati.
Week 18.
Week 18, I'm sorry. Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. I ain't trying to be funny, man, but I ain't got to be on this game this long.
I don't either. Give me Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, run through them folk. They getting away 9 points. Boy, I think Baltimore need more than them 9. I think Cincinnati finna eat hell out these folk.
Yeah.
Then they finna run straight through them. I'm saying Lamar Jackson ain't playing. I think the backup, Tyler Murray, whatever his name.
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, whatever. No, not whatever his name, but Tyler Hambrick. He nicked up. They going to the third screen. Hey, man, I can see Cincinnati doing the same thing Buffalo doing. Shaking it. Running straight through these folk. No questions asked. Running straight through them. I say the Bengals cover them 9 that they get in the Baltimore Ravens. Easily.
Yep, I like the same.
Over and under is 40.5.
You know what? I said under earlier, but I like the over. Give me the over.
This guy, they really shake me, really. Because I don't see Baltimore coming to the party at all, bro. Like, I don't see them scoring no more, probably 6 points. For real, I see Cincinnati come out and they put the clamp down on them. Let's go 6 points. Maybe 10, maybe. And Cincinnati put up about 28 to 30 points. But they got to score 10 to get over that 40. Because I see Cincinnati putting up about 28 to 30 points. So if they don't put up 10, and they don't put up nothing but a 6 or a 9, they don't cover the 40.
I like Baltimore to score 13 points in this game.
Well, I think that's too many goddamn points for those folks. Shit. With the third screen, shit. Against Cincinnati at the crib, shit. I don't see that. You say over. I'm gonna go under, man. And only way I'm gonna say under because, like I said, I don't think Barbara gonna come to the party. And them fouling ain't that hard to kick. It's not hard to score fouling. But when one team do it all the scoring, shit.
Yeah.
So I say under the 40.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over.
I say under the 40 and a half, and we both say them 9 points. They should be getting them a little bit more because them 9 ain't enough. I think them 9 is not enough. Last but not least, hey man, Monday night football, Cowboy Nation, y'all know we in the building, and it's time to shake it. We going against Dad, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas Cowboys at Tampa Bay. I ain't got to ask you who you really like, Fidel, because I know who you like. I know who you like in this game. But I'm asking anyway, because you might have a little sympathy time. Dallas Cowboys and Tampa Bay, who you like straight up before we can get any kind of number that giving away.
Man, give me Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I already knew you were gonna say this. So I'm like, I thought you had caught on by now when you see Tampa Bay don't score number 17 points a game, offensive line a little shaky. You ain't got number one wide receiver, that's Mike Evans, and what the name is, or the running back. What the running back name?
Which one? Leonard Fournette?
Yes, big booty neck. You know what I'm saying? Leonard Fournette with the big booty. You know what I'm saying? He ain't running the ball worth a damn. But I see you probably missed out on it and ain't seen that, and you just still see Tom Brady.
Well,
and Tom Brady is 7-0 against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I
Never
think
lost against them.
You know, I want to pick Dallas. I really do. Dallas has a better team, right? But I cannot pick them to win this game.
I understand. I can see where you're coming from with it.
I like Tampa.
I understand. I can see where you're coming from with it. Me, myself, I'm saying I don't like the Cowboys offense coordinator. I'm going to say I don't like my offense coordinator because I'm a Cowboys fan at heart. I don't like my offense coordinator. I don't like how we just looked against the Washington Commanders. But I like how my team match up against this team.
Mm-hmm.
My team's strength is getting at the quarterback. This team weakness is the offensive line. They got a quarterback that don't move. If we can get that, if we can get at this offensive line with this week, I believe we can eat the hell out there. And I expect that what our defense to do. I expect that the Cowboy defense to win the game. I'm not putting on Kellen Moore. I'm not putting on Mike McCarthy. I'm not putting on Dak Prescott. I'm putting on this defense to win the game. They don't score number 17 points a game. I can see the defense holding the goddamn probably 10 to 14. I can see.
But if the Cowboys don't win this game,
you already know. You want me to tell you exactly what's gonna happen? I'm talking about exactly what's gonna happen if they lose the game. If they lose the game before they make it in the locker room, Mike McCarthy will be fired. So it's simple math. It's not that hard. So Mike McCarthy will lose his job if he lose the game. Do not go by the shit you done heard on whatever station y'all look at, ESPN, First Take. I think it's 105, 100.5 FM, the Dallas station or whatever. Don't listen to what Jerry Jones tell you. I heard Jerry Jones say, "Oh, there's no pressure on Mike McCarthy if he lose the game."
Damn lie.
Boy, you can write that shit down in concrete. Ain't nowhere in the hell that man finna let him lose his first game and be like, "It's all good. It's no problem."
Hey, look, he let that shit play last year. They shouldn't fly this year.
It ain't going down like that.
My man Jerry Jones looking like the guy from Tales from the Crypt. He's trying to win before he go.
Oh yeah, he ain't going for that. He ain't going. Yeah. Jerry Jones ain't going for that. He'll fight. If this game Monday, breaking news Tuesday morning. Jerry Jones is fired. Mike McCarthy.
And Sean Payton's available.
Yeah, you write that down. But I still think we're gonna get Sean Payton. I want Sean Payton bad. That I'm saying, but this game we ain't gonna get him off of this game. I believe we'll win this one. We got another game to play before we start talking about Sean Payton. But I think we're gonna eat that. No questions asked.
Yeah, I like Tampa to win.
The question is we good enough to get them 2.5 points?
You already know, no, because I picked
Tampa. So you say appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we finna eat that.
Gracias.
We finna eat that. Them 2.5 points. It cool. I believe we can cover them 2.5 points.
Give me the under. I'll take the under.
I say under 2. I'm gonna say under 2. 45.5. I say under 2. I can see the game being. Because they ain't scoring number got there maybe 17 to the most, but I'm picking 13 really. I can see 24-13, 24-17.
Yeah.
I can see something like that, or 24-16. I can see something like that.
Yeah,
So I say we cover 2.5, over and under 45.5. We got that right. We both say under. It's 3 more things that we got to really get out the way before we knock this out the way. And y'all know really what them 3 things is. I don't know if you know, Fidel, but I'll tell you. What's your game of the week? Know that game, excuse me game. It's probably last week that I'll be able to do these 3 topics, because after this, it won't be no more 6 games. It'll be probably 4, and it won't be that many games to really break down like that. But for this week, the wild card week, what's your game of the week?
I said earlier on the podcast, on East West Football Podcast, that Jacksonville and Chargers was going to be the game of the week. But, I like the Tampa-Dallas game now that I think about it.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Monday night, Fidel, your game of the week at the Dallas Cowboys at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
Really, I ain't even got to change that, because you know that's my game of the week. I ain't even got to change nothing about that. My game of the week, we on the same page of that. The Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to be on that one like Father go now. You got to know that if you don't know nothing else. Next up the bat. Know that game. Explain what know that game means. Pick who you know going to win. And I say you say they're going to cover the points that they're giving away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Give me the Bengals.
So you know that game. It is Cincinnati Bengals over the Baltimore Ravens. And you just got to know that they're going to cover them 9 points again. The Baltimore.
And that's my excuse me game.
How they can't be your excuse me game. That can't be your excuse me game.
Why not?
And I tell you, they're the next topic. I'm going to tell you exactly why they can't be your excuse me game. So it'll be changed by that time you can figure out what your next one's going to be. But see, this you know that game. That sound about right. Because they sound right. You know that Cincinnati going to beat Baltimore. And they're going to get them cover them 9 points. I know that game it's pretty difficult for me. I know that game is Miami at Buffalo.
Oof.
You got to know Buffalo finna beat Miami. Got to know that.
Yeah,
and you got to know they finna goddamn blow their ass out. They finna code them 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know that. Because in the third street quarterback, man, just think. Just think. How?
Yeah.
Why not? Next on the bat, last but not least, excuse me game. This is the reason why that couldn't be your excuse me game. Because the excuse me game is who you feel gonna win that they pick to lose. And they gave them the points. They gonna win the game with the points and without them. It didn't make no difference. I beat you regardless. And appreciate you for the points.
Jacksonville.
Sound about right. Jacksonville beating the Chargers. Jacksonville is underdog in this game. The Chargers give them 2.5. So you said appreciate that.
Yep.
Usually, we will be on the same page on that one. But I got another one that's a really little bit more.
I already know what way you're going.
You know exactly where I'm going. Minnesota and the New York Giants. I like the Giants to tell Minnesota, appreciate you. Excuse me. Thank you for them 3 points. I ain't really need them, but I'm going to take them anyway. And so my excuse me game is Giants over Minnesota. Those are all the six games that coming on in the wild card wild card week in the NFL. Fidel, we've had these folks for about 50 minutes. Let these folks know how to get in touch with you, man, so we can get them up out of here.
Yep.
You don't know how to get in touch with you. You don't know how to get in touch with you.
Fidel, East West Football, I believe is the IG handle. Just change it, so let me make sure. Fidel East West. You guys want to follow me there, and then also on Twitter the same, Fidel East West.
Hey man, y'all know who I am, man. I'm more dry. I represent Know That Sport to the fullest. I fuck with folks who fuck with me. Know That Sport Podcast is sponsored by Highlight Commodities on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Just type in Know That Sports, and I'm in the building shaking the peak. I appreciate you, Fidel, man. You know I fuck with folks who fuck with me. Much love and respect on this end.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Likewise.
Same bet time, same bet channel, man. Know that if you don't know nothing else. Shaking it.